What's up YouTube? I've been challenged to shoot and edit a music promo and some stills on this, the new Canon EOS R5 Mark II. The catch is, I've only got 48 hours to do it. We're going to be putting the camera through its paces, we're going to be trying out all the exciting new features as we shoot this music promo. In this epic location, I'm going to be working with the wonderful singer-songwriter Hannah Lily. But before we get into it, let me introduce you properly to the R5 Mark II. So first up, the new backside illuminated sensor, which shoots 8K RAW video, impressive 45 megapixel stills. There's also huge improvements in rolling shutter reduction. Next up, the autofocus has had a massive upgrade, meaning that tracking fast-moving subjects or things in the dark, it's never been easier and it's never been more accurate. In terms of filmmaking features, you've got 8K 60, or you can shoot 4K 120. There's also some really cool video features like false color, waveform monitor, and C-Log 2 as well, which is a really cool addition for filmmakers. You've got ultra fast 30 FPS burst capture, and you've got pre-roll for stills and video now, which means you'll never miss a moment. So the body has had a little bit of an evolution from the original R5. You've got a larger EVF now, complete with this really cool eye-controlled autofocus system. More on that later. There's now a full-size HDMI port, and it's all packed into this really robust, comfortable design that's a real pleasure to shoot with. Right, let's get into the challenge. So we're setting up for our first performance scene of the music video. We're in the ballroom here, and the idea is that it's kind of a breakup track, so we've set up this kind of messy party aftermath scene with all the broken glass and everything on the floor. The first shot we're going to get is basically the whole track in a big performance wide on the gimbal, and the idea is that I'm going to be able to get some really lovely sweeping, orbiting shots, and the autofocus in the camera is going to do the job of making everything super sharp the whole way through. Going to lock in on Hannah's face and take all the focus away from me, so I don't have to worry about any of that at all. So let me show you some of the settings that we've got. So I've set up the autofocus to prioritize people. The other thing we've done is we set up face-only autofocus, and that's going to mean that it's always looking for Hannah's face within the scene. It's not going to pull focus to a background object or something distracting. So the other shooting specs, we set this up in C-Log 2. Really cool to be able to use C-Log 2 for this kind of scene. Lots of dynamic range, lots of hard highlights as well. And C-Log 2 just captures so much picture information, and it's going to mean that we've got so much flexibility in the edit and in the grade. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's roll camera.
Okay, nice, quiet, and still. Turning over.
Just flick your hair around a bit if you can. No way. Do that again. Yeah. Nice, all right, cool, that's it. So our next location, we're in this naturally lit corridor. We've got these pockets of daylight coming through these sky wells. And I thought it'd be a really nice shot just to track Hannah, following her handheld, testing out the stabilization as we run up and down this corridor. Let's go. Yeah, that's actually sick. That's really cool. What we can do is we can use the in-camera upscaling, and we can actually up-res this in-camera as well, so we can turn it up to 180 megapixels. You want to pick some favorites?
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Yeah? So for our next scene, we're going to be smashing some glass. We've got these little bits of sugar glass, and we've set up a little smashing area here. We're going to make full use of the slow-mo capabilities on the camera, so it does 4K 120, which is going to be really cool for this. I'm going to go manual focus actually for this one, because I want to set the focus in the foreground. I don't want it to be pulling focus to Hannah's eyes in the background there. And I'm going to use the focus guides and some of the overlays here to help me keep the image sharp. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, drop. 3, 2, 1, and action. And drop. Okay, so we've set up this kind of janky trolley rig with the camera mounted here. We've got the 10 to 20mm super wide lens on, and I'm going to spin it around and we get some really cool shots. Obviously it's going to be super wobbly, so the plan is to test out the IBIS, because we should be getting 8.5 stops of stabilization with the lens and the camera combined, so that should be enough to make this smooth. All right, let's go for a take. Actually buttery smooth, and it's moving around like that. That's wild. Right, let's get some stills. Let's do one more. Yeah, with the delayed shutter, it looks so much sicker. So for this next shot, we've set up this mirror shard glass gallery thing, and we've got all these little fragments of glass that are reflecting Hannah's face into my camera. The eye tracking autofocus is doing a really good job of picking up her face as soon as it comes into focus. And I'm also going to be shooting hybrid stills and video here as well, because it's these little fleeting moments that I'm trying to capture to make some cool social media posts out of it. That's sick. Nice. Okay, we're just setting up for the next shot, but just quickly, I want to introduce you to Tom, our wonderful BTS filmmaker who's making all of this wonderful behind the scenes video that you're watching, who is also shooting on the R5 Mark II, and he's going to show you his epic rig. Tom, can you talk us through your rig? Go on, tell us what you got.
Yeah, so I've rigged it out a bit more than Ant has. I have an external monitor, and we are also piping out HDMI that goes to a wireless video feed, and I've got the Tascam audio unit on top, which means we can have XLR inputs as well as 3.5mm. And we've also got this servo motor on the zoom lens. The nice thing about this camera is it can be rigged out to a much bigger, substantial rig, but then strip back down again in seconds to be light and handheld.
So I'm just going to get some shots of Hannah on the steps of the ballroom, trying to get an interesting bit of grass in the foreground, see how the camera performs in a kind of more high-key situation. Yeah, this camera is really good at getting skin tones in natural light. Everything just looks really awesome. One of the things we wanted to do in this music video is make the most of this awesome venue. So what we've actually done is we've got the camera up on a pole and we've got it behind one of these chandeliers, found a really interesting angle, really unique viewpoint, and I'm able to control the camera completely remotely using the Camera Connect app here. So I'm putting on the cooling fan grip, and this is going to give us extended battery life. It's also going to mean we can shoot 8K for longer as well. Okay, cool. So we're going to go into video mode now, and you can see when I do that, the log display comes on, and then I'm going to set it into RAW, and we're going to try some 8K RAW recording. Really excited to use this. Okay, camera speed. Let's grab some stills. So we just set up this long lens shot in the diner area here, and one feature that I was really excited about trying out on this camera is the eye-controlled autofocus. So I've just trained it on my eye, and basically what happens now when I look through the EVF is when I look at a different area of the scene, it automatically focuses in on where I'm looking. Really cool feature, really kind of spooky, but very fun. Nice, yeah, you're doing great, Hannah. Yeah, just hold those poses. Okay, ready, 3, 2, 1, and hop down, let's go. Awesome, yeah, in the mirror there on the long lens, handheld, super stable.
It's a wrap on Hannah.
After a whole lot of shooting, we're now in the post-production phase of the 48-hour challenge. Got some great stuff on the EOS R5 Mark II, so I'm excited to get stuck into the edit, but I haven't got long left, so it's time to crack on. One great time-saving feature is proxy recording. So through the use of the dual card slots, the camera simultaneously records proxy files of the high-res footage directly onto an SD card, ready for editing. So this saves me a lot of time to work with low-res proxy files first, before jumping into the high-res 8K files when I know which ones I want to use. Because we shot on C-Log 2, we've retained a lot of information in the picture and we can really push the colours in the grade. Check this out. The great thing about shooting in 8K is the flex that it gives you in post. So for instance, we can punch all the way into here and we've still got a high quality 4K image in the final output. And that is a wrap of the edit and the 48-hour challenge just in time. Right, this has been a lot of fun testing out this epic new camera. I'm honestly blown away by how much it was able to supercharge my creative ideas and help me master the moment. Big thanks to Canon for making this happen and for sorting us out with all of the kit. Recommend that you go and check out Hannah and her music, she's fantastic. Right, time for me to go to bed.